People ask me what's the most common mistake made with dogs, and there's a lot of them. People, food, dogs on bed. But one of the most obvious things that I think is obvious that you wouldn't do, and I noticed this when I had a pet service in Brooklyn. I would have a couple call, and I'd go meet them, and then would start working with the dog, and then about 9 months later they'd have a baby, and it just happened over and over and over again. So it's clear something's going on with people that, you know, the wife gets pregnant, either the wife is having an oxytocin surge, probably both. You know, we're having a baby, yay, let's get a puppy. Like, you don't have enough work. You don't have enough work. You want to get a dog. I was just dealing with somebody the other day. They have a 9-week-old puppy, and they're going to have a baby in December. What? Are you out of your fucking mind? First of all, training is the lifetime of the dog. You don't get the dog trained and then it's over. It's the entire life of the dog. So that in that case, the baby's coming in December. They have a few months left to get the dog sort of functioning, but it's a 9-week-old dog. It won't be functioning. It won't. So the baby's coming. The guy still has to go to work. She's probably going to take time off. She's not going to have time for the dog. But the dog still needs to go out, and the dog still needs to get trained. It doesn't matter if they're both doing it. They're not going to have enough time. The dog is going to be neglected. We have 4 million dogs dying every year. 4 million dogs are being put to death in animal shelters because of this, because of no training, lack of training, or no training at all. It's ridiculous. You're going to have a baby and you want to get a dog. You think having a dog is low maintenance? You think that's a low maintenance pet? Try a goldfish. They need constant. That guy right there, Brew, I love him to death. But training has never stopped. It's never stopped. And if it does stop, you know what happens with the dog? It's like if you don't weed your garden, it just goes to shit. So if you're not working with the dog its entire life, I'm not saying that with a, 5-6-year-old dog that you're training it as often, but the training still has to happen. Dogs don't bite, and then they do, and that's a whole nother issue. And you're going to have a baby, and then you expect the dog to give a shit about the baby? It doesn't, and dogs generally don't like kids. They make them excited. It's a little human smiling at them, coming at them, and no matter what they do, if they try and get away from them, the kid still keeps coming at them. I got bit when I was 3. I'm telling you, if you're going to have a kid, you don't need a dog. We have 4 million dying in shelters. There's no reason for this. If you want to get any pet, it doesn't. I do videos about this, don't get a raven, and people are laughing, thinking that it's funny. You can get all kinds of birds from breeders. You cockatoos. It wouldn't have to be a raven. It could be a cockatoo. There's all kinds of species you can buy, but they all need a lot of care, and you can't just have them in a cage. You can't throw the dog just in the backyard in a pen. If you do, you're a piece of shit, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. Don't turn into a piece of shit. It's better not to get the pet if you don't have the time for it. Hey, Brew! Get back up here. Thank you. You did exactly what I wanted you to do. Get up there. No, come here. Kennel. Sit. There you go. That's my example right there. If I wouldn't have responded to Brew, I was hoping he was going to do something like this. If I hadn't responded to Brew, he would stop doing everything as an implied stay. I wanted him to stay up there. Do you see the point? You have to keep working with the dog. It's not just that. It's not just stay. It's look at it in the bigger picture. They don't bite, and then they do. They don't fight, and then they do. And that's another thing. Once your dog starts fighting, if it starts fighting, they like to do it. You're not going to be able to, I was just talking with my friend, right? He just got a puppy. Young dude. I warned him, well, he's not that young, but I warned him about this. He just got married. I said, don't have a baby in 9 months. You're getting a puppy now. You got to get the dog really in check if you're going to do this, and the dog has to be doing well. Don't do it. People are so stupid, and I'll tell you something. There's nothing worse than the animal lover that like, oh, I love dogs. Yeah, but you don't want to train it. You just want to have it around. And your only experience with the dog is the neighbor's dog or your parents had a dog. It's you now. It's all on you. So if you're going to have a kid and you think that you're going to get the dog trained before the kid arrives, you got your head up your ass. If you have the money, my suggestion is to find somebody like me that can get the dog trained so it's going to be easier for you. Because by the time, my friend just said this. My friend just said, man, this shit's hard. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, I've been around it since I was a little kid. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not easy. People think, oh, it's going to be easy to train a dog. Oh, really? Oh, really? You think it is? People that are smart contact me. They're like, here, take my puppy. It's 8 weeks old. I keep it for a couple months. We get it going, and then the owner can step in, and I can train the owner. That's the way to do it. You think that you're going to train the dog. Why? You think you're going to be able to do this because you have 145 IQ? Think again. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. You don't know how many people are intelligent and can't get anywhere with a dog. They can't. It has nothing to do with that. If you think something about a dog, think the opposite. That's probably how it is. You're going to have a baby? Don't get a dog. Don't get a parrot. Don't get anything. Don't. You have enough on your plate with a kid, don't you? Think about it. How many children are... I'm not going to go into this anymore. If you're going to have a kid, think twice about getting a dog. And if you're going to do it, bring a professional in to get the dog trained, and then you're still going to have to train the dog the lifetime of the dog, okay? That's it. Brewster, here. Come on, buddy.